What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with Raising Kanan, season 4, episode 2. It's all love, y'all. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on the videos that I drop. Okay, and y'all, please make sure we liking up all the videos. I just want to continue to stay in the algorithm of things. That would really make me happy, y'all. Really, really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the views. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the comments. And I appreciate the subscribers. So, all I ask is I hope y'all really do like my content. I try. And I'm just going to keep on going. So, okay. Anyway, so we started over at the Army base, and we see Juke is in basic training. Y'all, Juke was really upstaging these dudes. Like, I really was here for that. So over at the police station, there's a press conference, and the commissioner was saying that Howard was involved in a narcotic operation along with Ronnie, and they did an investigation. The department did an investigation on him, and they're saying that he was in a drug trade, and he was doing this drug trade in Queens. I was like, huh? I guess. So one of the reporters asked, about Sheriff Burke, and they was like, yes, Sheriff Burke did unalive herself, which we know she didn't. We know that Howard unalived Burke. Anyway, back at the attorney's office, he tells Rock and Marvin that the investigation has been concluded and that they're basically are clear, so the FBI isn't looking into them anymore. Just based on what the commissioner's statement he gave on, at that press conference. So Neek is over at him and Pernessa's old house, and he found an eviction notice on his doorstep. And he goes in there, just look around the apartment. The house is completely empty. He gets frustrated. He see the checkerboard on the floor. He picks it up. I don't know what that really signified. I don't know. But he picked it up, and then he got mad and punched the wall. So Crystal walks into the apartment, the little trap house or whatever, a stash house. And nothing is really happening right here in this scene. But we see Marvin in the next scene. He actually picked Lou up from rehab. And y'all, Lou looked good. He looked vibrant. He looked, like clear-headed. Like he's ready to take on whatever. I was here for Lou. So back over at Kanan's stash house, her and Kanan started getting into it. And so, she asked, she tells Kanan, hey, make sure you grab your condoms. And so Kanan didn't have any, so he was like, I can pull out. And apparently Crystal just had a term. Kanan had Crystal to have a term because we found out Crystal was pregnant. And she was like, no glove, basically no glove, no love. And she was like, I did it. He said, I did that for us. And Crystal was like, no, you did that for you. You had me to get a term for you. And we know Crystal was visibly upset about it. I'm sorry. She was visibly upset. But at this point, Kanan, sir, apparently your pullout game is weak, and I can't. And they get into it. She left, and that was that on that. So the police chief actually called Agent Garcia in his office. And basically he's asking Garcia, I know that what the commissioner is saying happened and the FBI is saying happened did not happen. I know somebody unalive Howard. and I know that person is still out there. So low key, I need you to go find out what's happening because the case is still open. So Marvin are in a car. Lou thanks Marvin for, helping him through his rehab, paying for the stay, and all of the things. Lou, they talk about Juke being in basic training. And so, it was a good scene. It was a good scene. So back at Rock's house, Kanan is in the laundry room. Rock goes in to talk to him. You know how that go. He talks to Rock. Rock talks to him. He ignores Rock. And that's just a basic standard Rock and Kanan situation. So Neek is actually following Pernessa around. How he found her, I don't know. But he's watched her go into the house. There was really nothing there. And that was it. So the next scene, Kanan is walking, and he's pulled over by the police. Now, the police are looking for Fame. And I want to say Fame was actually, Lou and Marvin was talking about Fame as well. And I would like to know I forgot what happened to Fame, y'all. If anybody know, please drop it down in the comments. I don't remember. Did anybody unalive Fame? Was it Kanan? I'm just trying to figure out what happened. So, Lou has been dropped off at home. He goes into his house. He left it. It was a mess. And he, I'm sorry, y'all. He sits for a second, then he gets up and starts to clean his house. So it's the next day. Juke is getting on the bus headed back to Atlanta. Is it Atlanta? Oh no, she's headed to Atlanta on the bus that's going to Atlanta, and her first stop is no. I'm so sorry, y'all. Juke is at boot camp, and we see one of the soldiers or whatever is being walked out by a high-ranking officer. And so Juke was like, what's happening over there? Apparently, he's been discharged for having, magazines. It was inappropriate magazines. And not only was it inappropriate, it was, same-sex magazines. And so, in that moment, I think a light bulb went off for Juke, where she felt like, I can't be myself here. If I can't be myself at in certain spaces, why can't I be myself here? So it made her feel away. Anyway, Marvin goes to the Chinese restaurant, their other stash spot, and he saw, he was picking up the Kokian or whatever, and as the nephew of the owners of the restaurant, as he's packaging it, he actually tried to steal. Marvin saw it and confronted it, and Marvin had put a gun out on him, like, don't steal from me, Anyway, in the next scene, Rock goes to see Quan, and apparently Quan decided to increase the price of the Kokiana that he's given to her, to 20%. And so Rock was like, that's not fair. And he was like, I could do whatever I want. Because we all know Rock don't have no other supplier. So Stefano wants Marvin to do another job for him, in which I wish Marvin would just say no and stop doing these side jobs and actually stop hiding it from Rock, because eventually she's going to find out, or he's going to get caught up, which is going to, this is how she's going to find out. Anyway, it's this time he wants Marvin to rough up his bookie, because his bookie been stealing from him. So in the next scene, Lou is meeting with the execs at Low Street Records. And again, somebody is asking for fame. Oh Lord, that's what happened. Like, I feel like I missed something. So in the next scene, Juke, we see her get on the bus, and the bus said it's Atlanta, so she's on her way to Atlanta, and come to find out, she's dropped off at Spelman, and we know Aisha was going to Spelman, and she actually goes to Spelman. And so Aisha sees her, hugs her, and I guess they rekindle. So back at the record label, Luell asked Lou to run the rap department. And so Lou was like, as good as this is, blah, 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 I'm going to have to decline. I'm going to have to leave my options open. And he had to decline it for now. So Luell asked him, don't just close the door on us. Not just yet. Just leave the door open. He said that's one of the things you learn in rehab. So he kept telling Lou, he was like, yeah, I know you was in rehab. I've been in rehab 3 times. He was just basically like, everybody gets a second chance. Everybody gets this. So they talked about an artist named B. Rail. And B. Rail is actually in jail right now. But B. Rail has been on B-Rilla. I think it's B-Rilla or B. Rail. I don't know. But he's been with this label company for 2 years and nothing has happened. And then you get somebody like Fame, which Fame is okay as a rapper, but his song playing everywhere. Like, I don't know. Which is odd. Anyway, Rock goes over to Stefano's house, and she has a conversation with him about Quan raising up his prices. And so, they have that discussion. He was basically like, this is your only supplier, yada, yada, yada. Rock was like, I want to say Rock was like, how do I change that? So basically Rock has something on. She's trying to figure some things out. So over at Spelman, Juke and Aisha are getting it in, and we find out that Juke left. So at this point, I guess this would consider Juke AWOL. And so she says, I'll just stay here with you. But Aisha kind of looked at her like, no, you're not. And so she tells Juke, listen, I'm in a space where I'm trying to get to know me. And I can't do that with you around. I need to do this on my own. She was just like, I'm just trying to figure me out, just like Juke is, which is why Juke left. So she's in a space where she's trying to figure it out. So now I'm trying to figure out, how did she go from going to the basic training and, eventually becoming a police officer. We still trying to figure out how and why. Anyway, Marvin gets to the bookie. And he walks in. The bookie was like, it's closed. Marvin grabs the pool stick and beats the bookie with it. So the bookie was like, oh, he got an N-word doing his bidding for him. I make more money from him than what he's actually paying you. And he was like, he got you playing Step It and Fetch It. It was just a lot of, slurs going on. And so Marvin got mad and unalived him, when Marvin's only job was to rough him up. But he was triggered by what Homeboy was saying. So we get to Snap and Pop, and Rock gives Snap and Pop the money that he fronted Ronnie and Kanan for their dealings. So Rock was like, here's the money, you fronted for Ronnie and Kanan. So Snap tells Rock, he was like, they even on the, he tells Rock, we're even on what we invested, but they're not even on the return. So Pop says, Pop says, you think they put that money up just, she said, you think they put that money up just to get the same money and just to get the same money back. She said you got to get money to make money. So Snap Snap tells them I own a piece of their business. And so Kanan gets mad and he was like, y'all ain't telling me nothing about owning a piece of business when I told y'all he was going to put Ronnie down. He said y'all also told me that Ronnie debt was going to be my debt. And I was just kind of thinking what you thought that they were going to do. Like, what did you actually think was going to happen? And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to Kanan. He don't listen. He wants to do whatever he wants to do. And when the chips are down, because I noticed when it didn't go in his favor, the first thing he did was turn to Rock. And I was like, now you need Rock. He didn't say it, but he said it by the look he gave her. Like, you ain't gonna say nothing. Anyway, I'm sorry. Snap tells Kanan that you are not aware of investing foundational pillars, the return. So Pop says it takes money to make money. She said, you took from us, so now you got to make it for us. And so Rock says to them, any dealings they made with Ronnie went in a grave. And so Snap tells Rock, listen, sis, I need you to drink your water and mind your business, basically. And if your son want to stump with the big dogs, he ain't say that. But he said that. This what happens. You know what happens. So your son get what he get and he can't throw a fit. So he tells Kanan, we finance Kanan Enterprise. Oh no, he tells Rock, we finance Kanan's enterprise, not yours. So Kanan was like, hold up. He said, I had my stuff running well before I met y'all and well before Ronnie even came along. So Pop said, if you want to hold on to the profit from that little weed that you've been selling, little boy, you can keep it. But the money from the horse you moving, that splits between myself and Snap. Baby, Kanan was mad. Kanan, I guess he thought he was gonna get Ronnie's part, as well as whatever he owed. Now you learn, you live and you learn. So Kanan looked at Rock, and he looking at Rock like, ain't you gonna say something? Rock said, don't look over here. I ain't got no parts of this deal. That was between you and Ronnie. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. Kanan said this some BS. She ain't say, okay, let me tell y'all, she ain't say that, but it just kind of worded it different, okay? So Pop say to Kanan, I'm starting to think you have a real problem with loyalty. And Snap was like, I'm gonna have to agree with my better half. And so he reminds Kanan, sir, you just unalived your own business partner, and we feel like that the devotion you have to your family is suspect AF. So Kanan was like, you don't know nothing about me. And Pop said, we learning though. And from where they sit, you don't seem loyal. You basically seem like you all about you and you about your family. Like, this is what they're seeing. This is their experience. So, and at this point, Rock know what time it is. She know what she know. And she tells Kanan, let's go. Because at this point, ain't no sense of talking. And any more talking gonna lead to something else. So Kanan was like, I'm not done talking to y'all. And when he said that, the crew got up. And so Kanan learned real fast, real quick that conversational piece was over. Okay? So Snap tell Kanan, listen to your mama and we'll talk when you calm down. So Rock was like, let's go. So then Rock tells Kanan to be careful as they get out. They get outside, they're walking. She was like, Kanan, you got to be careful with people like Snap and Pop. They didn't get what they got, dropping by. They got what they got by dropping bodies behind them constantly. And so Kanan tells Rock, oh, like you did. At this point, I would have just smacked the piss out of Kanan and been like, you know what, just go handle this by yourself. But that's her kid, and she got to stick beside him. So Rock tells him, I can say the same thing to you. She tells him, you decided to go and do this with Ronnie on your own. This didn't have nothing to do with me. And he did it because he was mad at her. It was just, Kanan was just trying to make a fast decision. Okay? So Kanan tells Rock, so you decided to do what you did. Rock said she saw an opportunity to solve a problem in a moment and she took it. That's all she did. I'm like, girl, you unalived the police officer. Ma'am, I need you to take full accountability. I mean, she worded it like, I was just taking out the trash. I was just doing my homework. No, ma'am. So Kanan said that the problem, she said he tells Rock that problem was my father. Anyway, Rock said it was the right thing to do, and she asked Kanan he asked her, do you even know the difference between right and wrong? And she says, I know the difference between life and death. She told Kanan the only reason you still alive basically is because of the calls I made. You're here because of me. Otherwise, you would have been taken out a long time ago. And she said, you may not like the decision, but you love the results. And so Rock says, I'm not forcing you to work for me, but if you want out, just say the word and you can go. And Kanan got quiet. And so basically she was like, that's just what I thought. So Rock tells him, it's one thing not to trust my son, but she needs to trust her business partner. So if you're going to do this, Rock got to be able to trust you. And when it comes to Rock in that business, she don't play. So in the next scene, Lou goes to the jail to see Barilla. He's a problematic person. He tells Barilla, he talked to Lowell. Barilla was like, F all of them. He been on that label for 2 years and ain't nothing pop. Nothing ain't pop for him. So he really don't have nothing for the record label. So Lou was like, you know what? I can get you out. And so Lou do his best to get him out. He was like, you get me out, I got you covered. So over at the hospital, the grandmother sees the doctor and, he tells her that the cancer has spread throughout the lungs and the kidney. And so Kanan tells the doctor, you don't seem too sure because of the way he talked. It's like, I don't know, what more we can do, yada, yada, yada. And so, it was just bad news all around, okay? So, Marvin is on the phone with Stefano explaining why he unalived the bookie. And then Juke walked in. He was like, wait, I got to call you back. So he was really excited to see Juke. He hugged Juke and all that, Juke and everything. And it was a cute moment. Some moments that we never really got to see, but we see now because of anger management. Marvin has managed to change a lot of things. So in the next scene, Kanan brings his grandmother home. He tells her that she can't hold this secret any longer. And so the grandmother was like, it's hard it's hard facing death in the face. But it's pretty harder to have to tell your kids. To face your kids about this situation. So hopefully she tell them in the next episode. So the attorney, he tells Rock the FBI saw her and Marvin meeting with Stefano. And at this point, Rock is taken aback because as far as she know, him and Marvin never met. And so she was like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She lied. She didn't know. She was really surprised. But she was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? They was meeting up about fishing and all of that, yada, yada, yada. And so basically what the feds want Rock to do, because they want to give her a get out of jail free card plus compensation. But in order for her to do that, they want her to tell on Stefano. I was like, oh wow. But we know Rock ain't gonna do it. We know she ain't gonna do it. So in the next scene, we see Kanan at the bar, and then we see Brilla up there performing. And y'all, he did good. He did an amazing job. I think he was way better than Famous, but he did an amazing job. So Cheryl, I think that's her name, Cheryl. She looked like Jamie Lee Curtis. I've been wanting to say that, but I didn't want to say it. But she looks like Jamie Lee Curtis. I had to look again. I was like, y'all got Jamie Lee Curtis in Power? But no, absolutely not. She just looked a little bit like Jamie Lee Curtis. So, the attorney in the next scene, Crystal meet with Kanan. I guess this was Kanan's way of apologizing to her. They cool. This is, and then, Juke. Oh, no. So, in the next scene, the attorney is on his way home. Basically, Neek unalived him. The first thing he asks is, are you dealing with Rock are you screwing Rock? And so I don't know if he said no or what, but he was like, if you not screwing her, then she's definitely screwing you, because Neek feels like Rock has messed over him, and she really did not. Like she thought he was unalive. So, Lowell is at the bar, for Brilla. And Lou has delivered, and so Lowell is gonna draw up some contracts for hire or whatever for Lou. And then we see Juke. Juke comes back. Everybody's happy to see Juke. They're meeting and greeting Juke, hugging Juke or whatever. And then in the next scene, we see Neek. He unalived the attorney, and this is where the episode ended. Oh, y'all. I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. It's only episode 2, so I'm gonna try to keep going with this. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I need to watch it twice, because I watch it to review and not to digest what's going on. So that's why. But anyway, y'all, please make sure y'all liking up the videos, and I will see y'all in the next. I will see y'all tomorrow with Family or Fiance, and maybe 2 episodes of Beauty and Black. So I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.